quick briefing because the Wi-Fi is very unstable here, and so I just wanted to give my impression almost living one full year in El Salvador for a foreigner that comes here to either visit, stay for a little while, either you're a vagabond, either you're digital nomad, or maybe you're just passing through, maybe you're thinking about investing, or maybe you just want a place for half of a year, your retirement, all of this stuff. So um, the parts that I conquer in El Salvador is basically I would say up to north west, so up to all the way up to Santa Ana, a little bit over, a few towns over. Then I went Flores road trip all the way down to the bottom, Izalco, to see some of the volcano, of course, the volcano in Santa Ana, some of the waterfall. If you go down, all the way down to the beach, you down to the water. You also have a lake that's at Congo, that's really close to Santa Ana. You get lagoons, like 20 kilometers from Santa Ana. You have a lake that is Lopengo Lake is maybe 25 kilometers from San Salvador. You have Tazuma. You have pyramid ruins. You have a lot of parks. You have lots and lots of conquer, lots of things to see. So I only came here to like either hike or you're a backpacker or you go on your journey like just to visit. Um, yeah, I think Santana is one of the highest and the most popular place for tourists because it's affordable. It's one of the lowest price for hostel and hotel to be, and from there you can just take a lot of mini bus for 25 cents to 40 cents if you go longer distance, like over an hour. Anything under an hour, it's going to be only 25 cents. And or you can just take an Uber. It's basically Uber that works like it's about I would say 90 cents a kilometer. That's about how you count it. So if you have a lot to carry and things like this, it's nice to take Uber. Otherwise, if you're in town, everything's at your reach. Anyway, so and then I notice a lot of house, big huge house. They usually going to pick the lake area and of course the beach area. So that's where all the people who have a lot of money, that's where they're going to go invest. um, so also if they know you're tourist, they know you have money, they also gonna triple price for you. So it's good to have connection. If you have connection, you're gonna get way better there, you know. If you're looking for a rural area, if you're looking more to be in a country, looking for a smaller house, you can still find house between 12 to 18, 20K that are of course all beat up, but usually they have water and lights. Sometimes they don't have water, but they usually have the old-fashioned bassinet. They usually have a hole for a toilet, or I mean, usually between 12 to 20, they usually have everything you need. But I remember when I was looking for anything under than that, you can still find lands with uh, you found things that sometimes don't have the paperwork, sometimes it's just a big land and it just has like some kind of building structure. It maybe not have water, but maybe there's a water source. But as long as you have electricity, I mean, you can work things out. People have worked things out to manage even with little money. Anyway, local price here, I would say anywhere in El Salvador outside of a big city, you can find house 2 to 3 bedroom between 130 to 200 a month. That's it, and that usually includes light and water. The electricity you add yourself. It comes not furnished. You pay a little bit more if you want it furnished. If you want the Wi-Fi, obviously you pay a little more. Still, 130 to 200 for 2 to 3 bedroom house is really cheap. The thing is, if you know you don't have any family here, no connection here for now, they're going to charge you way more. They're going to try to get way more money out of you. So it's not going to be that easy. But They make things pretty easy. If you wanted to rent something fast, let's say for 2 or 3 months, something cheap, you could. But like I said, they might trick you, they might treat you unfairly because you're foreigner, so you just never know. It's better to know somebody, I would say. If you here for short term, better you just go to an Airbnb or look on booking.com or just go to a hostel. Most hostels are very clean. They set up for tourists and they have everything you need. So even though you have to share bathrooms, uh, you really have to think about uh, the noise and how good the Wi-Fi is, and if your room is big. And so if your room is big enough and it's quiet and it has a really good Wi-Fi and they provide a table for you, and the bathroom is literally like right next door, then you can save a huge deal amount of money. And a lot of the time, some of us hostels that very nice, very pretty, um, very accommodating, and and they will let you stay as long as you want. It depends on the owner, really. And some of them rent motorcycle, scooters. We just have sometimes we have guides that are like really cost like almost nothing. They even have like people that can help you to learn Spanish if you want to. They have there's also lots of restaurants made up for tourists that are of course more pricey, but you food anywhere in every corner for nothing. I mean, I've ate for a quarter to 50 cents. There's 50 cents hot dogs, there's quarter items you can eat on the street. They will have those fried potato things and they sell for 50 cents. They give you a plate of it. You can get a soup bowl for 50 cents. You can get hot dogs for 50 cents. Uh, you can get tamales. You can get free for tamales for $1. You can get free pulposa for $1. It's fairly cheap if you just want to eat on the street. You can get a large piece of chicken for $1. And you are not gonna miss the American fast food because they're everywhere. I mean, unless you're in a deep country, of course. Even if you are in a deep country, there's always going to be bus lines, and you could just walk down the road. There's always going to be a bus bring you down to the nearest town, nearest city, and in every town there's going to be grocery store. So the most popular store is called the cheapest one is called Dispensas Familiares. Is green, and that's where you're gonna get the best price. Then they have another store called Super Selecto. It's a little more fancy. It's kind of like a Publix in America. And then they have a Don Juan store. It's kind of like a mini version of a Walmart, and they also have a Walmart. Of course, it's not the same American produce, but they usually always have cafeteria in there where the meals are between 2 to 3.50, and that's usually really good. They have really good food. People are wonderful over there, and there's a lot of shops, a lot of indoor market, outdoor market. So many things you can do. This theater, cultural center. They do a lot of things for teenagers, and it's a wonderful place in El Salvador. I would say anywhere to make any type of business that you want. The good thing is that you can sell anywhere, anytime with anything, no license needed. So that's one thing that I enjoyed the most is that I was able to sell on the street just like I did when I was in Guatemala. Yeah, when I was with my boyfriend, and then even in Santa Ana, is that you can just sit in anywhere, go anywhere, and just sell just like this. You need a little bit of money, you just take your stuff and just go sell. You can sit in any corner of street, you can push a cart, you can build a cart, and you can just sell. Or you can just rent one of those metal shed thing, which is about 50 to 75 bucks, I think, and and sell everything you want from there, from iced latte to anything you want, clothes to food. Or, of course, they're not gonna treat you the same way if you just by yourself and if you don't know somebody. It's always better to know somebody. And if you want your own shop, like a barber shop or beauty shop, something like this, something that I was looking into, The cheapest one you're gonna find is between I would say about 150. Uh, which the good thing about El Salvador is that you can say 6 months, so that's good. And they sometimes give you a renewal one time. After the second renewal, you have to leave and then you can come back. But that means then you can stay almost an entire year. So if you manage to find a two-bedroom house for 150, which I wish I managed to do that, you can literally pay off 6 months up off the hook, everything's paid off, save a lot of money, come back, I mean renew your thing and and then stay here for another 6 months and have a business. You can also rent a hostel and manage your own hostel. You can manage any store you want really, and you can make a lot of dough if you're in a touristic area. If not, you make little money because locals don't make that much money, so they're not gonna put a high price unless you're in a hotel. Also, you're not gonna get higher unless you're a resident here, so you don't count on getting like a job. It's gonna be under the table if you do get a job. It's gonna be very hard for you to get one. It's hard for them already to get professional jobs, so it's gonna be hard for foreigner to get one. Um, Otherwise, there's a lot of stores that you can find all type of things and you can resell for really cheap. So that's another thing that I like. There's a lot of perfume store that you can buy essence. You can make your own perfume resell. You can make a business of selling bracelets. Just buy them in Guatemala and then go and sell anywhere in El Salvador and make money that way. You can sell clothes. Clothes are really good over there. Like you can buy 10 to 20 clothes for $1, which is like insane. Sometimes just a quarter, and those clothes are like brands that worth sometimes 30 to 40 bucks a piece. So I have come across some clothes that were very, very expensive, almost new, and I paid 15 cents to a quarter for it. So I'm very, very happy about this. Thing is that if you accumulate too much and then you have to go, then you cannot take too much with you. So another thing is to be generous. So people here, they don't make too much money, they work really hard. So if you can be generous, give. So that's what I try to do. If I had stuff that I didn't need, I just gave away everything from clothes to jewelry to toys to kids to make people happy because they are humble and they are kind people. If something happens to you, you don't even know them, they'd be the first one running out and helping you. And so I like this about the people here is that how nice they can be. um, Politic wise, I know that the president is doing a lot of things here. They're investing tons of money coming from China and the US as well. And so they planning on putting another South City, number two, I guess. South City Beach is actually super popular because they have all this surf competition, and that's where all the rich people, the rich foreigners are going to. But if you're around that area, it's not really the feeling of how the country is. It's just more the feeling of a vacationer that just want to have fun. So it's called La Libertad. It goes up to like 3 to 4 kilometers up to South City. If you go all the way at the end, you pay $3 parking. If you just go to Libertad, you don't pay for parking lot. It's just full of shops. It's just basically it's just beach border. But the water is good, the sand is good. But it's kind of like Playa del Carmen. You go there and you just gotta spend. Everybody's gonna come and try to sell you stuff. So be prepared for that. The things that I didn't like is that if you look like a tourist, you they're gonna come to you all the time about trying to sell stuff to you all the time. So it can get a little annoying because you constantly have to say, "Oh no, I'm sorry." So this is how you say no tango, no efectivo, lo siento. So lo siento means I'm sorry. No tango means I don't have. No efectivo means I don't no cash. So you say lo siento, no efectivo. Or disculpe means I'm sorry, excuse me, or you can say pardon me, or passe means I'm go ahead in front of me. Adelante means welcome. Those are like current little words that you're gonna hear all the time. You know, muchas gracias, como está, qué tal, qué eres means where you're from. You know, like little things that you're gonna picked up along the way. You know, pendero means stupid. You know, something that I heard often. Um, so the bolsa means bag. So in the grocery store, we're going to say, "Do you want a bag?" Don't look stupid and be like, "Oh, you know what? I know what she's saying." Took me a while to pick up on so many words looking stupid. Like, what the hell is she saying? Another thing that people don't know is that in every store you go to here, you have if you have a big bag, you have to put it in a locker, and then you grab the key and then you go shop. It took me a long time to get used to it. I'll enter a store, a clothing store or a food store, and I'll just go straight in because that's what I'm used to do. And every time I get stuff back out, because there's a gal almost in every single store, and I was like, what's going on here? And every single time, it took me forever to finally get used to it. So be prepared by this. You get a big bag, you get to put it in the locker, grab your key, and then you can go shopping. So yeah, we're also doing the Bitcoin investment here. So people are trying to put their money so it grow, I guess. And if you do invest in the country, and they're saying that in a few years they're gonna everything is gonna value some more. But the problem is that it's gonna become so touristic that it's gonna take a lot of value of the culture here, and it's gonna maybe change the country. But hopefully not. Hopefully it's only for the big city, and all the little village and little town remain authentic, you know, and stay the same. There's also a lot of hills and a lot of mountains. So when you take those funky bus, those funny bus you get on, you 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 can have very fun trips. It's very funny. They sometimes go fast, but you go up and down, up the hills, and you can see the waters, you can see the mountains, you can see the volcanoes. So very pleasant trips. And I remember every time I went on the bus. I'm talking like longer distance bus. Now, if you take the local bus, like the city bus, oh my God, be prepared to be squeezed like sardines, just like if you were in a metro in New York or Paris. Um, um, and get ready to exit extremely fast, so you get squeezed between the door or fall down the stair because that's how fast they are. They're going to stop. They're gonna give you 1.5 seconds to get out, so you gotta get out really fast. But yeah, that's just how it is. You get in. If you're in peak hours, forget about it. You just there's a bar and you hold on to, and everybody's squeezed. So hold on to your stuff. You know, people are very honest around here. There's a few times I left my stuff behind bags, and I saw people going out of their way to chase me to give me my stuff. So very, very, very good people, very honest, and that's good to see. That's really good to see. Um, anyway, I am going to miss El Salvador for sure. One another thing is that it's very clean. The water is drinkable. The water is amazing. Wherever you go swim, the water feels amazing. It's great on your skin. It's great on your hair, and yeah, you can drink the water, so you don't have to pay for the water like you do in Mexico. You're not gonna get poisoned and sick. So that's one good thing to know. Here you can find, if you really look, you can find hotel from $6 to 7 to 8 to 10 bucks. Um, Usually it's in the evening hours, but if you want a whole day, you get pay about $10 if you really want to go cheap. And if you have somebody to share the price, even better. You know, like if you're broke and you just want to go for a short trip. But if you want a reasonable hostel for tourists, I would say it usually start between 14. 14 is a decent price to make sure that you're safe. 14, 15 a night. That way you're safe. Usually that comes with TV, that comes with kitchen, that comes with you know, tea and all this, and you want to make sure you stay safe. So you don't want to pay too little because since you're not from here, you just never know. Uh, What else can I tell you? I mean, the food is really good here. Like you can have meal between $2 to 2.75, and then include a drink and two tortilla, and usually one meat and two sides. So think about 250. There's a lot of things you can do, a lot of entertainment. I remember going to play bingo, and it was a lot of fun. Bingo is like between 5 cents to 15 cents a card. So it's like pretty cheap to play bingo and have fun. Casino, same thing. You gotta play. You gotta put $5 on a card minimum, but that includes coffee, soda, alcohol, hot dogs, food, anything you can think of. That's pretty cool, actually. Um, you can go on. You can go on guide tour. You can go on a horse ride if you want to. You can go on fourth wheeler. That's gonna cost you a little more money. Just watch out for those guides that can be harassing a little bit, or people that just watch out, because there's always gonna be those people that look for tourists to try to get something out of them, just wait for them to forget something. So always have an eye. But one good thing is there's a lot of security, a lot of guards, and this country feels actually pretty safe compared to other places like Dominican Republic, Bulgaria, Albania, and Mexico, and Puerto Rico. I felt more safe here than any of those other countries, seriously. So that's one good thing to know for anybody who's thinking about visiting. Okay? Um, or even I stayed in Costa Rica almost 3 months, and I did not like Costa Rica. I mean, I was in San Jose, in the capital. Maybe it would have been better if I had visited some of the outside. I'm sure it was nicer and better, but um, way too expensive. People are unfriendly with foreigners, and even though it's beautiful, it's just a lot of monument, a lot of things to see, a lot of beautiful landside, sites, parks, view everything. But um, I will not suggest to go to Costa Rica. I mean, you can buy cheap vegetables and fruits and stuff in the market for cheap, but the price of a hotel is not cheap for a foreigner. Like it's minimum 18 to 20. That's the minimum, but usually start at 20, and they're not really nice. I remember having a poor experience in Costa Rica, so it's definitely not a place that I recommend. But I recommend to visit for maybe a weekend or two, like a few days maybe. So what else can I say? You got to visit the biggest mall here. They have they have many malls actually. If you go to the biggest city, the capital is San Salvador. Santa Teresa is also very touristy. Mainly for foreigners. It's very expensive at Santa Teresa. That's where I am now. But in San Salvador, we have one of the biggest library in the country. So it's something you gotta go see, and you also have a palacio. So um, you gotta go. It's $3 to get in. So you gotta go and visit the palacio for sure. Um, a lot of art gallery, a lot of things you can do. You can get lost in those markets. So if you go to the outdoor markets, it's usually the same thing. Just kind of what I do is just scroll down and just get out, get in, get out. That's it, because they do not get lost. I mean, do not look lost, because they can tell you tourism people are going to just come to you like, hey, do you need some help? So anyway, that's my suggestion. Another thing that people should know that I didn't know is that anywhere in Central America counts as U time, meaning that if you stay 3 months here, let's say in El Salvador, and you already spent 2 months in Guatemala or somewhere else in Central America like Panama or, Honduras or anywhere near that area, you Ecuador, you all this time counts the same. So that means that if you get 6 months, you don't get 6 months in one place. They're gonna total the whole thing. So meaning that if you already spend, like I did, 5 months in El Salvador, and then you try to spend time in Guatemala, they're going to say, no, you don't have enough time, you cannot come, you cannot cross the border. This is what happened to me. They sent me back, and then they gave me a stamps, but it was too late, I was already back. So be careful, watch out for that. So like I said, when you get 6 months, that counts for all Central America only. So do not exceed your time, or make sure that you renew on time if you want to stay longer. So yeah, I would say if you want to invest, it's a good place to invest. But it's but you gotta come at least with 15. I would say at least 15,000 for you really old house in a country. That's the minimum. I would say if you want something decent, you gotta go at least 25k, and you'll have something decent. And yeah, business, like I said, so 150, 250, you can get yourself any business you want. If you go up to, that's outside the center, like within the surrounding, maybe not the best area. If you put about 250 to 300, you're gonna get a business right in the center, and beautiful. You have a nice little space. You can do any shop. You can do a gym. You can do a spa. You can do anything you want in there. Like my idea was to do like a mini art gallery, coffee shop, and also have hypnotherapy there, and also do like a life coaching, and also do some massage therapy, some hydrotherapy, some pedicure, all of this stuff. But I guess it didn't work out. I gotta get out the country. So, but anybody wants to do that, you definitely can do that. And look into metal. One of those metal sheds, they're even cheaper because you can pay for the entire year and have your things there safe. It's locked up. So anyway, so I hope, and I light you up on things here. But if you have question, you can ask me anything. Ask me anything on the comments, and I will be glad to help you out. And any question you have, thanks.